Have you ever felt like everyone around you is getting stronger, smarter, and more successful while you're just scrolling? Well, here's something that might change your perspective completely. Today, you're about to discover a powerful mindset that's taking over social media and transforming how people approach their goals. But here's the interesting part, it's not just another motivational trend. This phrase is actually helping real people achieve real results in their studies, careers, and personal lives. So what will you learn today? We'll explore practical English vocabulary from A2 to B2 level about motivation, goal setting, and personal transformation. You'll learn phrases you can use when talking about your own journey, whether that's at work, at school, or in your everyday conversations. Today's story is all about a phrase that's been searched online more than ever before this year. 3 real people share how this simple mindset helped them overcome challenges and achieve their dreams. But what is this mysterious phrase, and why is it working so well? Welcome to Lady Show English. So, are you ready to discover what locking in really means? Let's dive in. Before we get into the full story, let me give you a quick preview of the practical English you'll learn today. Trust me, these are expressions you'll want to use right away. First, we'll explore the phrase lock in. It's not about being trapped somewhere, but about intense focus and commitment. You'll learn how to use it in your daily life when you need to concentrate on important tasks. We'll also look at romanticize and winter arc, 2 fascinating concepts about making ordinary activities feel special and embracing transformation during difficult times. These are perfect for talking about personal growth. Then, there's the powerful phrase short-term pain for long-term gain, essential vocabulary for anyone discussing goals and sacrifices. Plus, we'll cover burnout and how to talk about maintaining balance in English. And here's the best part, all these expressions come from real people's experiences, so they're immediately useful in conversations about work, study, fitness, or any personal challenge you're facing. But wait, you'll want to hear how these phrases actually work in real stories. Let's see how 3 different people used this mindset to transform their lives. So what exactly does it mean to lock in? Imagine you're scrolling through social media and you keep seeing this phrase everywhere. People are posting videos about it, sharing their transformations, and talking about their winter arc. But here's the surprising part, this isn't just empty internet talk. It's actually changing how people work, study, and live. To lock in means to focus completely on your goals. It means accepting short-term pain for long-term gain, whether you're building your body at the gym, growing your business, or studying for important exams. The key idea is simple, do it today, not tomorrow. Everything else becomes a distraction. And guess what? Google reports that this phrase has been searched more this year than ever before in history. Let me introduce you to Danny, a 20-year-old student at the University of Manchester. She perfectly captures what her generation is doing differently. My generation thrives off romanticizing things, she explains. And this is the important sentence. For Danny, locking in is a way of romanticizing deep work, of making that decision where you say, okay, it's time to get stuff done. She compares it to having tunnel vision, where nothing else matters except the task in front of you. But here's where it gets real. Recently, Danny had a marathon revision session that lasted until 3 a.m. The next day, she faced 10 hours in exam labs. During her study session, her phone stayed on silent, electro beats hummed in the background, and she devoured digestive biscuits while working. She was completely locked in. Wait for this part, she didn't just survive those exams, she embraced the challenge as part of her personal transformation. And this surprised everyone. As the nights have drawn in and days become colder, influencers started telling their followers something unexpected. Instead of missing summer, they said this cold, dark season is actually the perfect opportunity to lock in. They call it your winter arc. This is important. It's based on TV shows and anime where characters go through villain arcs or transformative journeys. Feeling like you're on your own epic journey helps you stay on track with the difficult tasks necessary to achieve your goals. But the real reason this works isn't just about studying. Let me tell you about Karaji, a 29-year-old professional content creator in the gaming industry. She turned her passion for gaming into her living. She literally locked in and made it happen. Here's the emotional part. For her, the phrase serves as a personal rallying cry because she faces sexism almost every other day when playing games online. Her streams can last 11 hours, so she must ensure she eats regularly and spends time away from the keyboard, usually watching anime, playing with her cat, or reading. Listen to this sentence carefully. The comments Karaji receives range from the patronizing "you're good for a girl" to the insulting "get back in the kitchen." But instead of giving up, she tells herself I need to lock in to remember that she can play just as well as everyone else. More importantly, she wants to be a role model to the young women watching her streams. This part surprised me. She's using this mindset not just for personal success, but to inspire an entire generation of female gamers. Here's where it gets even more inspiring. Emma, a 28-year-old from Lancashire, also faced a struggle for acceptance, but hers was about joining a gym. Initially, she did workouts at home and reduced her calories because she felt she needed to fit a certain image of a gym goer. But here's the interesting part. After a year of training at home, she eventually joined a gym and discovered the physical and mental boost of lifting weights. Now Emma works as a personal trainer and helps others lock in on their fitness goals. But Emma warns about something crucial. You can burn out by locking in too much. Listen to this sentence. That's completely normal, and I think people should be reassured that is kind of part of the process, and you're not always going to feel motivated 365 days a year. She emphasizes that having a methodical plan and clear structure helps you get started, but you need to set realistic and achievable goals. This is the important sentence. Accountability goes a long way when your motivation is low. Partnering up with a friend for your workout can help spur you into doing exercises more regularly. Now, you might be wondering when this phrase actually started. Adam Alexic, a linguist who posts online as Etymology Nerd, explains that locking in's origins aren't certain, but its use appears to have begun in the early 2000s. Particularly in the African American community. There's an Urban Dictionary reference dating back to 2009. But it's only in the last year that it has taken off online, appearing in motivational videos for gym gains and ironically in memes about lazy cats. And guess what happened next? Despite its massive popularity, locking in didn't make it onto any Word of the Year lists for 2025. But that doesn't matter to Danny and her coursemates, who use the phrase both seriously and lightheartedly. Some days they all work on the same project in the same computer lab at university. Telling a friend to lock in on what might well be a boring day often raises a smile. Here's the emotional part. It has that element of connecting us all, Danny says. I've never actually realized, given how much we use it, that it's slang. After her 10-hour day in labs, Danny indulged her love of art to stop burning out. My friend and I were painting until 4 a.m. after our exam, she tells us. They were locked in, but this time on something they truly loved. Now that you've heard these amazing stories, let's break down the most useful English expressions so you can start using them in your own life. These aren't just words, they're tools for talking about your goals and challenges. Let's start with the star of today's lesson, lock in. In A2 to B2 English, to lock in means to focus completely and eliminate all distractions to achieve a specific goal. It's about giving 100% of your attention and effort to something important. In our story, Danny locked in during her marathon study session. Her phone was on silent, she had background music, and nothing could distract her from her exam preparation. She was completely focused on succeeding. How can you use this in daily life? Imagine you're at work and you have a big presentation tomorrow. You might tell your colleague, I need to lock in this afternoon and finish these slides. Or if your friend asks you to go shopping but you have important studying to do, you could say, sorry, I can't today. I need to lock in and prepare for my exam. The phrase works beautifully when you're talking about any situation where you need intense concentration, whether that's finishing a work project, training for a sports event, or learning a new skill. Think about your own life for a moment. What's one area where you need to lock in right now? Is it your English learning, your fitness goals, or maybe a work project? Try using this phrase this week when you need to focus, and notice how saying it out loud actually helps you commit to the task. Ready for the next useful phrase? Let's talk about romanticize. This word means to make something seem more attractive, exciting, or interesting than it really is. It's about viewing ordinary activities through a special lens that makes them feel meaningful. In our story, Danny explained that her generation thrives off romanticizing things. They make studying feel like an aesthetic experience with the right music, lighting, and atmosphere. Here's a perfect example from everyday life. I romanticize my morning coffee routine by using my favorite mug and sitting by the window. Or perhaps, she romanticizes studying at the library because it makes her feel like a character in a movie. You can even use it to describe how people view relationships. He tends to romanticize the idea of living abroad without thinking about the challenges. This vocabulary works wonderfully when discussing lifestyle, hobbies, social media trends, or even how we perceive our own lives. Can you think of something in your daily routine that you romanticize? Maybe it's your evening walk, your cooking time, or even your commute. Recognizing this helps you understand why certain activities feel special to you. Here comes an even better one, short-term pain for long-term gain. This powerful expression describes the idea that temporary discomfort or sacrifice now will lead to better results in the future. The story explained that locking in means enduring short-term pain for long-term gain, whether building your body or your business. It's the philosophy behind all personal growth. Let me give you some practical examples. In a fitness context, you might say, going to the gym at 6 a.m. is short-term pain, but having a healthy body is long-term gain. For career development, working overtime on this project is short-term pain, but the promotion will be long-term gain. Students often use it too. Staying up late to study is short-term pain, but passing the exam with high marks is long-term gain. This phrase is incredibly useful in work situations when explaining why you're making difficult decisions, in health conversations when discussing lifestyle changes, or in any situation where you need to motivate yourself or others through a challenging period. When was the last time you experienced short-term pain for long-term gain? How did you push through it? You'll like the next one even more. Now let's explore winter arc, which combines the physical season with the concept of a character arc from storytelling. Your winter arc is a period of transformation and growth, especially during the colder, darker months when it's easier to stay inside and work on yourself. Danny mentioned it comes from TV shows and anime where characters have transformative journeys or villain arcs. In real-life usage, you might post on social media, "Starting my winter arc, time to focus on my fitness goals." Or tell a friend, "This winter is my winter arc. I'm learning a new language and building my business." The phrase captures that sense of embracing the quiet, introspective season as an opportunity for self-improvement rather than just waiting for summer to return. This expression is perfect for goal-setting conversations, social media posts about personal development, or when encouraging friends to use this time productively. It adds a storytelling element to your personal growth that makes it feel more exciting and intentional. What would your winter arc look like? What transformation do you want to experience before spring arrives? Ready for the next one? Let's discuss burnout, which is crucial vocabulary for maintaining balance. To burn out means to become exhausted, overwhelmed, or lose motivation due to working too hard for too long without adequate rest. Emma, the personal trainer, warned that you can burn out by locking in too much. It's completely normal and part of the process, and you won't feel motivated 365 days a year. Here are everyday examples. I burned out last semester because I took too many classes and worked part-time. In a work context, she's worried about burning out if she keeps working 12-hour days. Or discussing recovery, after burning out, I learned to take regular breaks and prioritize sleep. This phrase is essential in conversations about work-life balance, mental health, self-care, and stress management. It's particularly useful in professional settings when discussing workload, or with friends when explaining why you need rest. Recognizing the signs of burning out, like constant tiredness, losing interest in activities you usually enjoy, or feeling overwhelmed, helps you take action before it becomes serious. Here's a practical question for you. Have you ever experienced burning out? How did you recover, and what changes did you make to prevent it from happening again? Here comes an even better one: accountability. This word means taking responsibility for your actions and having someone or something that holds you to your commitments. Think about your own English learning journey. Would having an accountability partner help you practice more consistently? What other areas of your life could benefit from more accountability? Ready for the next useful phrase? Our final expression is spur someone into doing something, which means to encourage or motivate someone to take action, often by providing that extra push they need. The phrase appeared when Emma explained how partnering with a friend can spur you into working out more regularly. Here's how you can use it in daily life. Her success story spurred me into starting my own business. In an educational context, the upcoming deadline spurred him into finishing his essay. Or personally, seeing my friend's progress spurred me into taking my fitness more seriously. This phrasal verb is excellent for describing motivation, whether external influences that drive you to act, or how you might inspire others. It works beautifully in conversations about what motivates you, what inspired recent decisions, or how to encourage others to pursue their goals. The word spur creates a vivid image of giving someone that little nudge they need to get moving. What has spurred you into action recently? Maybe it was a person's story, a challenge you faced, or something you saw that inspired you to make a change. Alright, quick recap before we wrap up. Today, you learned 7 powerful English expressions for talking about goals and motivation. Lock in, romanticize, short-term pain for long-term gain, winter arc, burnout, accountability, and spur someone into action. Now, here's your mission. Leave one comment and write a single sentence using any phrase from today's lesson. Just one sentence is perfect. If you want to keep learning practical English from real-life stories, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Lady Show English. And next time, we'll break down another trending mindset and the everyday English people are using to talk about it. Stick around. I'll see you in the next lesson.